It's Louis, baby. And you are now rapping the Boom Pap King. Let's get it. Yeah. And that's all I need to be. And I like to be me, boy. Yeah. And I fight to be free, fam. And everybody talking shit because they live in fear. And I like to be me, boy. Yeah. And I fight to be free, fam. It's Louis, baby. Let's get it. If you don't know about me, you should learn me now. But don't listen in your house, I might burn it down. I'm spitting fire in the streets, I could burn the ground. I stay killing every beat till I earn the crown. Nobody touching this, I'm done with it. Ain't no more discussing it, I'm running shit. Hit a roadblock, I'm overcoming it. Y'all covering it, I'm Master Chief among some other edge. Coming, kid, closing in. It's like the government who want it with the rap tech. Louis C. Rhymes, I'm so sick of this. Y'all are truly benign. Got the guy flow, I'm so truly divine. I'm finna sparkle, just like the jewelry shine. Ain't no competitor, preying on these rappers like a predator. It's not up for discussion, y'all do nothing like a senator. I'm ready, bro, I stay on my toes just like a pedicure. A metaphor for everything you wanna be, but never were.
Welcome into another edition of NFT Live. I'm gonna petition Buff to make that the intro song for NFT Live, man. Like, that is the best just intro music that it just got me going, man. It gave me the juice a little bit. Welcome in to everyone that's in right now. We just pressed the go live button on NFT Live. We are doing news. We are doing interviews. We are just hitting you with everything NFTs here on this Friday. My main man Buffalo is with me in the house, and we have a very special lad that is waiting in the wings to talk about his upcoming project, Hip Hop Heads. Buffalo.
Yo. Dude, it is happening right now. Like you said, a very special lad that we've had some very special moments in Ladz City with Louis, my man. This is going to be a very fun live interview here on NFT Live. As you guys know, look at NFT Live's changed a little bit. We've added a little billboard down at the bottom right. If you would like to place an ad in there, go ahead and email us at promo@ladz.io. And man, we're just going to keep on evolving this show moving forward, Q. This is really happening, ain't it?
Tigbo is going to be so excited about all the spam messages that he's about to get to promo@ladz.io. But we are growing. We're moving into grooving, man. Excited for this interview. Louis is not a guy that I've ever met like IRL. We didn't get a chance to hook up in NFT NYC, but we will meet soon, of course. So excited about his project as well. Music NFTs is just not, we don't have a lot on the channel. You know, we've done PFPs, we've done gaming, but music and the synergy with NFTs is something that I definitely want to dive into. Something else I wanted to dive into right off the jump, Buffalo. We have potentially now it's either Louis or it's Jimmy Fallon and Beeple. We have a couple music videos and music pieces here that might intro NFT Live. If you guys didn't know, Beeple was on Jimmy Fallon last night. We can't play that because we get hit with the copyright, but somebody from Twitter just made this dope intro music video, whatever you want to call it. Do you want to run that, Buff?
Do I call you Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Natively ownership over something virtual.
Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Beeps
and Beeple.
Beeple. Beeple.
NFTs.
NFT. NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
For every single day.
NFTs.
NFT. NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
Things have gotten a little crazy.
HumanOne. $29 million. Your work sold for $69 million. Put you in the top 3 most valuable living artists in the world.
Things have gotten a little crazy.
Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Natively ownership over something virtual.
Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Beeps
and Beeple.
Beeple.
NFTs.
NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
For every single day.
NFTs.
NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
Things have gotten a little crazy.
So yeah, whoever put that together, thank you so much for doing that. It allows us to play it here on the channel without getting the old ban hammer. But yeah, Beeple, we're going to touch on that later in the episode. He was on Jimmy Fallon. Of course, HumanOne sold for about 26 mil. So Beeple is doing very well for himself in this NFT industry, man. Hopefully you're doing the same out there. Yeah.
Dude, and how about shout out to Jimmy, man? He's moving into the space as well, and we'll have more on that here in a little bit. But yeah, that's again, I love how somebody cuts that up, because if we played that whole, even just 30 seconds of that, man, NBC would put the ban on us, just like we did when we played just a little bit of The Office. I mean, come on,
just a tad, just a tad. All right, want to give a quick shout out here: Hash Rhymes, Easy and Crypto, Choina, Matt Radke, DJ Savage, Mylene, Prodigy is in the house. Looks like Ramses is in the house. Want to give a big Our Vibe, Our Tribe there. Jared Sutton's in the house. And, of course, Louis C. Rhymes is waiting in the wings. We have a dope episode to get to today. Of course, we're going to talk hip-hop heads here in just a moment, but we are going to touch on Beeple and Fallon. We're going to hit on some Bored Ape Yacht Club. We got the Simpsons to hit. Rtfkt actually came out finally with their drop date announcement. We got some other things, including the Sandbox. We got Discord rugging us. There's a lot to get to today on the episode, so it's going to be fat. We are going to have ourselves a good time. Anything Ladz City related, Buffalo, before we kind of move into the episode? Anything you got?
Oh, dude, always. I mean, it's Ladz City, baby. It's a city that never sleeps and never stops growing. And right now we've got some things going on with the new shows starting on Mondays, Hustle and Flowchart, which will debut. And it's going to be a pre-recorded one. We've already received the first episode. And we've, I haven't peeked at it yet. Have you watched it? Yeah, it's going to be dope, though. I have no doubts. And that will premiere on Monday, and that will be a reoccurring show with two amazing guys coming into the space, Matt Wolf and Joe Fear. And if you really want to just get down to the essential just introduction into the space and understanding the utility behind NFTs, how to mint your own NFTs, how to get involved with DeFi and all the yield behind the NFTs that have DeFi projects, dude, they're going to be covering so much of this, and they're very enthusiastic about just going all in on this space. So that show will premiere next Monday, and man, we're really moving to get this network going, and hopefully bring on some more shows this month and next year as well. Absolutely. If you like the content, please hit the like. Please, you can't hit the dislike now, or you can hit the dislike, but it doesn't show. So don't try that. I should have just not brought it up whatsoever. But you can hit the like. You can hit the subscribe button with the little bell, so you know when we're going live. And you can comment in that chat while we bring in Louis C. Rhymes. He does have to go to a Twitter Spaces here in like 15 minutes, so we're gonna have ourselves an awesome fucking interview here. But let's run the trailer and let's bring Louis in, man. Our vibe, our trap.
What's good, everybody? My name is Louis C. Rhymes, the NFT rapper, aka NF Trapper. It's Louis, baby, and I'm here to present to you my debut album, Hip Hop Heads. Hip Hop Heads will be digitally distributed via a collection of 5,000 swagged out, hand-drawn hip hop head NFTs that will also come paired with audio from one of the 10 songs on the album, along with the access to the music.
Louis, what's up, my man? How's it going?
Hey, what up? Y'all hear me? We good?
We are good, bro. It's great to have you on the show, man. We were talking pre-episode. I just can't wait to get down and dirty about your project, as well as maybe hearing some rhymes here on the show, man. But excited to have you here today on NFT Live.
Let's get it. Don't worry about it. Listen, I got my Twitter Spaces, but I already told Rizzo we're waiting 5 minutes because we're with the Ladz City boys. We got to make sure we give them the good old content. So don't worry about it. Let's talk, man. What's happening? I'm here, baby. Talk to me. What's up?
Hey, we're talking hip hop heads, man. We're talking your project that is coming up. You have a mint date on 11/17. That is coming up very quickly here. I was telling Buffalo we haven't had a lot of projects that are related to music on NFT Live. And of course, you have this awesome vibe. You have the music. You're a great artist, and you're now attaching NFTs with utility onto that. So tell me a little bit about hip hop heads and tell the people out there as well.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate the opportunity. I'm going to get right into it. I'm a teacher, so I'm a very prepared kind of person. I am a physical education teacher, so I'm usually, into making games and designing things for my children, experiences and what have you. So I'm always thinking about how to provide a positive experience, provide something fun, meaningful, something that you care about, something you enjoy. So that's what Hip Hop Heads is all about. That's what the whole goal of the project is. And I'm going to give it to you first in terms of what the NFTs are. Then I'm going to share a little bit about kind of what the ethos of the project is, and then I'm going to talk about the utility and really what that means for the community. So basically, Hip Hop Heads is my debut album, dropping as an NFT collection of 5,000 swagged out, hand-drawn, PFP style profile picture hip hop heads, which are all based off of the Louis Baby profile pic style logo that you see the GIF on the screen right now rotating through. But they come with a twist, and that twist is that they come with audio traits that have their own rarity components. So that means that when you normally mint a typical PFP project, you're minting something that only has visual traits. But when you mint a hip hop head, you're minting something that has visual traits and audio traits. Now, in terms of the actual project and what the visual art and the music represent, it's this one meaning and one meaning only, right? And here's what it is. You do not have to look or be or act a certain way in order to be a hip hop head and create hip hop music and love hip hop culture and be a part of hip hop culture. And that's the message that this entire body of this of this 5,000 visual collection of art pieces represent, and the music tagged and paired along with them represent. I typically, whenever I go into a place and whenever I tell people that I'm a rapper, you know, we were at NFT NYC promoting the project, and people would hear from my boy who's my promoter, and like he would tell them I'm a rapper, and they'd look at me like, yo, you're the rapper? Like, so like this is the kind of stereotype I've dealt with my entire life. And yeah, I am the rapper, and I go hard as a motherfucker, and I can rap with the best of them, and I'm confident in that because I work my ass off on my craft. Finna to finish him like a Binnica syndrome. Want to give him the minimum, so I ended up killing him. Goddamn, my man. Fire all around like I'm underneath the hot pan. On cam, I'm ham. Rappers ain't about beef, all they do is drop spam. God's plan, I'm Sam. I am not done with this beat. I am not coming in peace. Cooking these rappers, so now I am coming to eat. Running retreat. I am here now, you go butt naked, running around in my street. Coming a streak, running up on them, and they don't want a problem, and then nobody can stop him because he's fucking elite. Right? And I know I go in, I go out, I'm crazy. Appreciate you. My energy is always high. Yes. That's the kind of person I am. But I want to show them, I want them to understand that it's not just like a cash grab and me trying to be a rapper. Like, so I can rap. I show you that because I want you to understand the delivery. That's why I show you that. But the message, right? The message of the songs and the music that are paired with the visual art serve to do what hip hop has always done, which is challenge the norm and break stereotypes. That's what this project is meant to do in its heart, at its core. It is meant to challenge the stereotype of what a typical person who is supposed to look like a hip hop head necessarily doesn't have to look like, right? And the music that we necessarily associate with hip hop and the messages that we necessarily in the past have associated with hip hop are not necessarily what I want to be, you know, associating myself with, not to say that they're bad or good, but to say that I have something different to bring to the table. And so I stand for people of color. I stand for women's rights. I stand for gay rights. There's a lot of people in my family who have influenced me to this point to get to where I'm at, to fight for those things. I'm not going to get into why I fight for that. You know, we can talk about that. You can hit me on Twitter, whatever, or you can ask about it, whatever. But the point is this project is a message, and it's a statement that you don't have to look a certain way in order to be, love, and make hip hop. And you can come from any walk of life, and you can be any kind of person. You just have to have a heartbeat, and you just have to have arms, legs, and a nose and a mouth, I guess. So that's what the statement of the project is. I'll stop there before I talk utility, just in case if you guys had a question or you want to get something in. But there is more, so I want to get to it. But what's up? You talk to me. What do you think?
Dude, I love it, man. We can just sit back and let him run the show. Dude, Louis, for anyone who doesn't know you, hasn't heard you yet, which, by the way, that was just dope dropping those bars right there. And we're going to give you a beat here in a little bit to really work on something. Give us your background, man. How did this start getting into this space? And where's your angle or your goals in this space? What are you really trying to do here, man?
So I'm going to make a long story short. I am a teacher, a physical education teacher, like I said, who always rapped with my students in class, started a program called Rebound with Sound, had students rapping, singing, and dancing in my class. That led me to trying to monetize my music in the mainstream space. And after hundreds of thousands of streams, millions of views on YouTube, 16,000 followers on TikTok, I say that to say it literally all meant nothing. And I oftentimes were getting the messages that, I would rap about my bars where I could prove how good I was of a rapper. They would share that, but then for some reason the algorithm, when I would talk about Black Lives Matter or when I would talk about rights for gay people, I say these humanitarian issues, and I'll be completely real. Like, I am not into Republican, Democrat, whoever is. I say that to say it's good. It's fine. You can be. I don't have anything against that. It's just not for me. It's not what's worked for me. And when I spoke my mind freely, I was often censored on those platforms. I watched my analytics go away. And so that led me to the NFT space because the For You page didn't want to put me on. The Explore page didn't want to put me on once I started making these raps that had these kind of messages that I'm talking about, where I advocate for people who are experiencing oppression in our country or in the world. And so I came to the NFT space, got hooked up with the dopest lad, the lad of all lads, my big brother, my guide in the metaverse, easy in crypto, literally responsible for me getting to where I am, giving me the patience of his time to talk with me about how things work. And I sat back for the first 2 months and I just learned from you guys. 3 communities, the Ladz City community, Token Smart community, and the Cypher community. And I really just listened, hung out, attended the events, did all the things, and I learned. And after learning about NFTs and community events and things like that, it just led me to make my Genesis collection, which sold out at the end of May. After about a month of it being listed, I sold 73 NFTs. I took all of that money and I repurposed it into this project where, the hip hop heads community is going to have a variety of opportunities, which I'm going to get to in a second. But I repurposed that money into this project. I hired a smart contract developer, Fubar. He's relatively known in the space. Got my best friend who has been teaching with me, Kukli. He's and Jared Sutton, I actually think, well, that's his name. I just doxed him. But anyway, he's my developer. He's my right-hand man. And I couldn't do this without him. But so I came to the space and I was just immediately accepted in a different way. The messages of the music that I was putting out was immediately accepted, embraced, respected. The talent that I have was immediately just showed love. And like I had this whole thing where like I was debating whether I was even good enough because of the likes and the comments and the views and the clout and the chase and all that. And I found a core group of people who became my fans. Shout out Easy, shout out Nifty Q. I know you've been with us for a while. You've been at a lot of the Ladz events, attending, and you too, Buffalo. And I've learned that, you don't have to be viral, and it's not necessarily about being famous. It's about providing a meaningful experience to a core group of people who then you can build that out from to turn into just an experience for those people and one that's bigger for everybody. So, that's what I did. I invested in myself. I want to share kind of what that looks like now in the hip hop heads community. So the whole goal of this project, go ahead, Nifty, talk to me. What's up?
No, man, it's just since the time you got into NFTs, the space has become more and more saturated. And people ask me all the time, what should I be looking for in an NFT project and all these different things? The organic growth that you come from and the organic growth you just talked about of having that smaller community that you can grow into being one of the biggest musical artists in NFTs. That's what you have to look for is a dope team behind a project, and you obviously have that. But let's talk on that utility, man. I want to hit all of these pieces here that are right in front of me. What's the utility for the holders of the NFTs that are interested in getting involved in this drop and your community?
So let's talk holder utility, and then let's talk just overall community utility, because I know these are going to be two different concepts, I guess. But so holder utility, right? You buy an NFT, you buy a hip hop head NFT, and you're going to get non-exclusive commercial rights usage to the song clip that you mint. But I want to be clear on that, because there's an audio component rarity, right? Because you're going to get a piece of a song. And when I say piece, I don't mean 1 or 2 or 5 seconds. I mean, you're going to get either a verse or a chorus or an intro or an outro. But with the commercial rights usage license, you're going to get the commercial rights usage license to the entire song of the song clip that you mint. So you don't have to worry like, oh, I only got, verse 1, let's say from that song BBK, which is what you guys opened up as the intro today. You would get the entire song with the commercial usage license to it. You wouldn't just get it for that song clip. So you're getting the commercial rights usage license. Then you're going to get a ticket to a live performance. And I got to be real, in my head when I started this, I knew it was going to be for one performance, and it without a doubt is. But I'm already thinking, because I'm in New York and because there's people who most likely will be in New York, I'm going to probably throw some IRL events in New York. And depending on what the budget is and how much we're able to create with revenue, I'm probably going to do more IRL events where this NFT will be able to be used as a ticket as well. But let's talk about the particular event that this ticket will be used for, that will be able to be redeemed for in an IRL event. So we are going to have the community of holders vote on a location that we want to have the venue. And we will then run the venue and throw the venue there. We'll then give you a gated opportunity to access a ticket so that you can get your ticket to attend. And you'll be able to use your voting rights to decide what the location of that venue should be. And then we got the typical stuff that many people have done before, physical merch, right? I got hip hop heads, physical merch. We're already working on beanies. But this is one thing, and I'm going to get it more in detail in a second, but this is one thing that's important to me, is that we inquire within the community, right? So for example, we have physical merch. I have a Hip Hop Heads logo for my beanies. It's good. I like it, but I want to get something new. I would like to get a hoodie design where I can put, street art style, graffiti art style, New York City street arts type look to it on a hoodie, but I want to pay somebody with our community wallet who's in our community to commission them for that art and put it on our merch, right? And inquire within. So there's that, right? So it's not just that we're going to have access to physical merch. It's that our community is going to have access to designing our physical merch and having a part in voting on which design they like the most, and that will be put on the physical merch. In terms of unlockable content, all you need to do is buy one of the NFTs and you'll get the entire album as a downloadable file package. There's 10 songs on the album, so you'll get all 10 songs as downloadable files. And this will all be done through gated links. I'm quite confident in my ability to gate things. I've done it before in my Genesis collection. I've used MintGate, I've used Collabland, and I have other ways of doing it too. So that's that. Now, this is probably the piece that gets me the most excited. I'm going to be real, because I've developed this reputation as the Metaverse MC in the past. I've hosted all types of parties. I hosted one last night on Easy Street in Ladz City, as you guys know. I've hosted in Mutant Cats, in Chill Frogs, in Sympathy for the Devils, in my own server, in Scare Squad, in the Marshmallow Punks, in the Evil Geniuses, in the Crypto Zombies, in Metagame. Like, I've done a lot of different communities where I throw parties for them, and it kind of made me realize that that's what I'm going to be doing for my community. But at their parties, we often give away their NFTs. And I said, okay, that's fine. We could give away hip-hop head NFTs. But then I said, wait, let's make this more interesting, right? That's the phys ed teacher in me. I'm like, how about we have our people, right, our holders, vote on what NFTs they think we should ape into with the community wallet and we should buy. Or even if they think maybe we shouldn't ape into anything this week, maybe we should just do some 0.1 ETH giveaways or whatever ETH giveaways they want. I am all about taking the 16% of funds in perpetuity from the initial and secondary sales that are a separate wallet, that's our community wallet, and reinvesting them in the community. And now for the final piece that really brings the community together and makes the artists and the collectors mesh. So my album is called Hip Hop Heads, and the name of a song on the album is also called Hip Hop Heads. So with that being said, we have the Hip Hop Heads Challenge, where artists can go, musicians, DJs, vocalists, illustrators, anyone can remix this beat and submit it to the Hip Hop Heads Challenge. And if they submit it, ready, get this, if you're an artist and you submit it before next Wednesday on the 17th, I'm paying you 0.01 Ethereum just to submit it, which is, as we know, around $50 right now, right? And then you're like, well, what if I'm a collector and I'm not an artist? Well, if you get people to refer, if you refer people to the challenge and you actually convert on that referral and they come in the Discord and say, hey, Crypto Buffalo sent me, I'm submitting for my challenge, I will send the artist 0.01 ETH, and I will also send that collector who referred that person 0.01 ETH, because here's the deal. I want to be about transparency, and the goal for me is to make this obviously a meaningful experience with all the parties and everything, but it's about making this relevant for people who came from the same thing that I came from, which is I'm nice at rapping, and there's many other people who are nice at art too and great at art too. And I want to give them a chance and expose them to the community and help them monetize their worth and their work by giving them this ETH. And that's the other thing. With this whole kind of like giving this bounty program and these rewards for the submissions to the competition, I've been able to onboard artists, get them into MetaMask, get them to understand that this is a real thing that you can make money from. So the Hip Hop Heads Challenge is just a small template in terms of what you're going to see, what we use the community wallet for. And yeah, we're going to be commissioning beat makers to have them submit their beats to our project, and we'll then vote on which beat to buy from them to use for our next Hip Hop Heads Challenge. And I'm a long-winded person, but roadmap, 25% we're dropping merch on people, 50% we're buying a Crypto Voxels parcel and sharing all the Hip Hop Heads Challenge winners' work in the Crypto Voxels parcel, 75% we're starting, oh, and I got to mention Rizzle's hosting that party with us at the Crypto Voxels parcel, the first one. We're starting the Hip Hop Heads show on 75% roadmap, and the first guest will be Spotty Wi-Fi. He's a brother of mine. He's already committed. And then 100%, we got the community wallet initiated. We got community governance. If it goes the DAO route, I'm 1,000% with it. But I really would leave it up to the community for that. So I am going to stop talking because I am long-winded, and I'm going to let it breathe now.
Yo, I love the idea of using the community wallet to fund artists getting into the space. Like, that is so, like, from the ground up appreciated, I'm sure, within the music industry, but just in the broader NFT community, man, because we need more of it. So listen, I'm not one to keep Rizzle waiting, so I don't want to go too much longer. We probably have some lightning round stuff. I have a question here from the community, though. DP is asking two things. He said we can't let him go without naming the 5 elements of hip hop. And then I don't know if you want to answer that one, but I also want the top 3, your favorite artists. So go ahead.
Yes. So there's multiple elements of hip hop. There's actually 6 to my understanding, but I've only named 5. And it's funny that he brings that up. I've named 5 that I've mentioned in my project as an identity trait. So like on the hip hop heads, you're going to get a visual trait that will show what identity they are, and they go along with the elements of hip hop. So they're either a rapper, a singer, a DJ, an audio engineer, or what's my last one? Rapper, singer, audio mixer, rapper, singer, audio engineer, DJ, and why can't I think of my last one? And producer, beat maker. So yeah, so you see the little symbol at the top. So that's the DJ. But there's more than that in terms of the elements of hip hop. There's dance, there's street art, there's graffiti. Trust me, I'm well aware of the elements of hip hop. But the ones that I'm combining in mine, I got to be real honest. We're looking at making those elements have special privileges to like remix a track. So if you have a rapper microphone, you're going to have a ability to maybe access a custom DAW through a web-based app that allows you to like add a vocal on a track. Or if you have a producer, you might have the ability to add some type of sounds from a sound kit on a track. That's something that I'm definitely thinking about exploring. So yeah, so there's that. And my top 3 artists, I want to be real, and I know this is going to sound crazy, and I say this when anybody asks me. My first artist is me, because I used to go and I always used to say who my favorite artist was. It's me now, because I work my ass off and I'm nice and I listen to my raps and I believe in my message. And I say that to say I think that you have to be your biggest fan in order to make it in music. And my second 2, right after that, the person who healed me and helped me the most as a rapper, that's J. Cole. Without a doubt, J. Cole is my guy. He is the one who's the most influential. And then if I have to only pick the other one, it's Big L, man. Big L from Harlem. He is where I've gotten a lot of my schemes and my flows from. And I always say there's nothing new under the sun. I'm always taking things that I've seen in other people's art and repurposing them in mine. So that's that.
Dude, this is like so easy of an interview, bro, because you're crushing it so much with your energy and your passion for your project. And anybody who just met you right now and is wondering to get in, you guys check him out and definitely follow, because you can tell, for one, you're not anonymous. You're right here in front of us, man. You're more not the opposite of anonymous as you can be in this space right now, man. I love the openness of everything you do, bro. And I'm a huge fan of you, man. I was able to host a Cypher event with you and Easy one time where I had to lay down the tracks. And when you came in, as listening to every person drop in their raps, you could see the difference. You are on a whole nother motherfucking level, man. And I love it to death. And you had somebody jump in. I don't know if you remember this, dude. They were like, one guy came on in, man, and he was talking some smack, bro. He was like,
"So you got bitch."
And I was like, who's that?
So you got
I remember that.
Yeah, dude, you remember that guy? He's here right now. He's here again, bro.
So you got bitch.
It was you.
It was me,
that.
bro.
I remember that. Oh my God, you had me going crazy. Oh my God. That's funny shit, yo.
Yeah, so Louis gets in it. He's dropping bars. Everybody's loving it. I come in with a little soundbite. And Louis like, hey, who said that? Come on, what you got? I love how you were like, what you got then? You gonna talk some smack? What you got?
So you got
And I just kept hitting it, and it took you
so
forever
funny.
to figure out that it was a sample. But dude, let me give you a little bit of something right now, man. Before we go, just get into it, brother. I'll give you some beats and just go with it, man. Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah, I got like 2-3 minutes, but if the beat comes on, you just let me know. If I'm not lagging, I'm just gonna start rapping over it, and I'm gonna have to hop out in 3 minutes. Yo. Okay, y'all hear me? Am I lagging? I'm good?
Yep.
You good?
Yo. Hold up. It's time I just roll up upon your mindset. Your time is money, cause money is where your time went. My time is coming, cause nothing could get me sidetracked. Fuck $1 and a dream. Time I redefine that. Y'all need a dime sack, something from the wine rack. I'm here to test your mind. Don't need a live rat. I don't need a buyback. Fuck all of that dollar shit. I'ma spit a live rap. Fuck all your acknowledgements. Don't really care for Republicans and Democrats. They just trying to scare y'all. Make sure they collect your tax. Praying to bring the pressure back. Why won't they defend the blacks? Fuck you and your feelings if you take any offense to that. Don't need friends now. Now I need more advocates. Never put the pen down. The sword that cannot battle this. Came to be the catalyst. Questioning the analyst. Don't talk with no panelists. More action from the activists. I'm accurately packaging these messages for change. Identity's a trap because it left you in a cage. But who am I to say and talk about white privilege? Always treated me that way until they learned I'm different. Picture me up at the top though. Watching me from in the top row. Camacho, I got flow. They singing the shit like a rock show. show. Steady and filled with the pot smoke. Pin with the pen like Picasso. I'm hot though, like hot coals, like oil on top of a hot stove. I got smoke, water than Boke. I honestly got it like Costco. That God flow, but lyrical lemon and I got more sauce than tomato. Well, God knows it's his plan. I feel like the kid from Toronto. Won't stop tail. They banging my shit and they screaming my name when it drop though. You better believe and bet it on me. Flowing so natural and regularly. The way that I flow is so dope and it's louder than smoke that you about to go get on the street. I'm heavy and deep, like a secret that's better to keep. A genuine treat. You wouldn't believe it, like vegetable meat. This man that'll be like a chop shop, killing this shit like a got shot. Your stock drop, then riding with you because they want to see them my hot rod. So unlock, cause I got the key to the game like a lockbox. Don't pop locks on my block, but we get it popping like pop rocks. And now I freestyle straight off the dome piece. If you didn't know, I was born in Brooklyn, but Jones Beach is where I've been living ever since I started spitting. It's too hot, then you better get out that kitchen. Shout out to DP. Now we going off the dome with that activist flow, bro. I see you didn't know. Shout out to Charo, Mutsumi. Oh my God, it's Louis. I do this shit so nice, it's like they filming like a movie. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, the shit flow. Oh my goodness gracious. Shout out to Tig Bo. Shout out Nifty Q. This is what we do in the city, in the Ladz. It's the place. It's just Lou, yo. Yo. All right, I got it.
Yeah. Cue the balloons.
Louis, appreciate you, man. I'll be in that spaces if I can here after the episode, but I appreciate you for coming on NFT Live. Of course, the Lads appreciate you as well. Thank you for doing so much for the music space within the NFT industry, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Check out hiphopheads.io, minting on 11/17. Love y'all. Thank you, Crypto Buffalo. Thank you, Nifty Q. I'm out. Peace.
Later, bro. Best interview ever, man. Take care, man.
Yo, how do we keep this show like he brought too much juice? Like,
I don't know, man. You got a line of cocaine over there. You're gonna have to catch up, dude. That was mic drop, and he is out, you guys. Hell yeah, hip hop heads, man. That's a project I'm definitely checking out and getting involved with. No doubts. No doubt.
I love that you brought up the story about the is that all you got, bitch? That's amazing. That's it. When y'all told me that happened, I was just dying of laughter, just like literally crying. But yeah, guys. All right, Hip Hop Heads is dropping on 11/17. If you want to be associated with Louis, you don't need to buy an NFT, but it helps. You can go to his, get the merch. You can go to his exclusive events and all these different things. So I'm just glad to see Louis continuing to evolve in this space, man, because we had him on 6 months ago on his first NFT drop on Easy Street, and it's been a while since then. So
really, 6 months ago?
Maybe 6, maybe 4. Easy's in the house. He can let me know. Yeah, exactly. So, guys, we have a full episode to get to. Also, he could have just dropped the J. Cole and Big L like right in the beginning, and I don't know how I could respect anybody more for dropping those two as their favorite artists, because I do appreciate those guys as well, man. J. Cole's one of my favorites for sure.
Dude, you know how you're like, Buffalo, what's your energy, man? Come on, bring it up, dude. After that, dude, I'm ready to run a mile like in under 4 minutes at this point. Let's go, baby. That was sick. Louis is something else, man. Like I said in that Cypher event, everybody's dropping here and there. He comes in and it's like, holy shit, is Eminem in here right now? What is going on? This is like so fire, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Buffalo, that's a long stride, a 4-minute mile. You do have those long legs, though. I'll give that to you.
Yeah. You ever seen a giraffe run a 4-minute mile? You will one day if you hang out with me long enough.
They could probably do it. All right, so this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to hit the NFT news for the week. We have about 10 pieces to get to. There was some interesting pieces. One that didn't make our dashboard until Mylene talked about it, and it just like popped in my brain. We had Mike Shinoda on like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and he was using the platform Hen, which was essentially, this platform was like a super rare. It essentially allowed artists to sell their art pieces, and I think there was an audio aspect to it as well on the platform. So Hen let me make sure I'm getting this right. Hick et nunk .xyz. Apparently they're rugged, man. Apparently they're fully, like, you go to their Twitter, discontinued. If you go to the website, and I've got to pull it up on my screen here, site cannot be reached. Hen is no longer existing, and it got to the point where their analytics were showing up on a bunch of the sites that track this, right? NFT Plazas was having them on their art section where we were like tracking them along with Super Rare and Nifty Gateway. Well, it looks like Hen is no more. So that's kind of just first one coming out the gate, kind of breaking news there. It's crazy to see Hen just like completely get discontinued. Did
Shinoda get rugged is what you're saying?
Maybe Shinoda got rugged. I don't know. I'm not certain. But the biggest news for the week, other than, Hen was just breaking, the biggest news for the week, Beeple sold his piece, HumanOne. I was with Easy and Elbow, actually, and we got to see this in person. We went to Christie's. It was getting displayed. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. But he also was on Jimmy Fallon after the sale. I want to make sure I get this to you guys, the actual piece itself. If you haven't seen it already, I believe Rtfkt covered this. Let's make sure we pull this up. So this was the piece. So you see HumanOne, quote unquote. I believe, I don't know how the background changes, but the background changes. I don't know if it's based on weather, if it's just based on time, but you can see it rotates continuously. The person, that purchases gets the entire box, gets the obviously digital piece. It was one of the only digital pieces there too, Buffalo. Like me, Easy, and Elbow, we went through the entirety of Christie's. Obviously, not a lot of digital pieces, so it was cool to see Beeple's piece be on display there at one of the largest auction houses in the States.
When you say you checked it out, was it in a virtual display?
This is the display here. You see that it's a huge ass box, and you walk into the room and it's literally rotating.
Oh damn!
So this box here that you can see, that's a physical box. You can see it's on a wood flooring. That is where it was actually displayed.
Oh shit!
So this piece went for about $26 million. So Beeple's doing extremely well. And then we found out that he was going to be on Jimmy Fallon. And we have that clip from the beginning of the episode that we can definitely play. I want to hit a little bit of that buff just because I want to actually get that shot. And then we'll talk a little bit more about Jimmy Fallon.
Call you
and
Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Natively digital. Ownership over something virtual.
Beeple?
You can call me Mike or Beeple.
Got the nickname Beeple.
Beeps
Name Beeple. Beeple?
Beeple.
NFTs.
NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
Every single day.
NFTs.
Every single day.
NFTs.
Every single day. NFTs.
Things have gotten a little crazy.
HumanOne, $29 million. Your work sold for $69 million. Put you in the top
Yeah, so
three.
basically this piece here, again, went for 26. Of course, he had the $69 million sale, so he's racking it up. He's one of the top 3 largest living artists when it comes to amount that they've been able to sell their pieces for. Really quick, at the beginning of this interview too, guys, we got a little taste of Jimmy Fallon saying that he owned a Bored Ape. So I'm going to make sure that this plays. Let's see if we can get it. So I'm going to make sure we don't get copyrighted.
Okay, yeah, Bored Apes. Yeah. I bought an ape. Okay, yeah, Bored Apes.
So obviously that was a bombshell. No one really knew. Fallon didn't tell anybody about this. And then he came out with it this morning. Look, as you can see, Jimmy Fallon, 51 million followers on Twitter. He comes out with the permission to come a board, which I think is a cool play on words. It's very Jimmy Fallon-esque. Really good ape, by the way. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, so Jimmy Fallon has joined the Bored Apes. I mean, this is big, man. I mean, you have it talked about on mainstream media. You have it talked about on the Jimmy Fallon show. Jimmy Fallon is now a Bored Ape. That's huge for the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they've only been winning, to be honest, over the past since inception, but really over the past month.
You know what's crazy is I've been in the old Bored Ape shopping mindset over the last couple months as I've been contemplating getting in, rather now than never. And I was looking at that bad boy. I was like, it's weird to look at something and then have Jimmy Fallon buy it and be like, oh shit, I almost bought that. So that's crazy, man.
That's actually a dope debate, right? Does so if Jimmy ever sells that, is the NFT more valuable now that Jimmy Fallon owned it?
Yeah, I think so. In the sense of the community and people that follow, I mean, it's just going to have a higher chance of being, somebody paying more than the floor price at least, right? Because it has a better story for anybody. I mean, easily, yeah.
Love that. All right, I'm not shilling my own Twitter here, guys. I want to have one more question that's put out to the group. Let me make sure I get this. This was a cool tweet that came out before the show even started, and I put. Okay, so this person, Elena, shout out to @tradingfemale. In the next 5 years, which NFT project will be the first to ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange? She asked for wrong answers only. I want right answers. My wrong answer was...
Yeah, I knew you would do that.
But I do... Listen, guys, you guys are in the chat right now. I want right answers. What is going to be the first NFT project that is going to be on the stock exchange. I could see it. I'm going to throw out Flow. Flow could definitely be out there on the New York Stock Exchange traded, traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, you guys light up the chat a little bit. What is going to be that first NFT project on NYSE? Let's see, Buff. What do you think?
Well, see, that's interesting. Right away, my brain went to PFP projects, and then you're like, oh, Flow, oh, main blockchains. Okay, that's a little different. Maybe I'll think with like Ethereum and Vitalik up there or something. I don't know, but if it's PFPs, Bored Ape is probably leading the way. But Yeti's definitely gonna. I mean, come on. I mean, you guys ever watch or read the book Tortoise and the Hare? Yeti's is gonna make it all the way to the top. Just give it time.
It literally is the tortoise, like embodiment of the tortoise. It's the Yeti. The PFP, it's tough, man. I don't want to get like too far down a rabbit hole, but like, how would that be fit? Like, how is that traded?
I don't know. It's like who's going to represent the Bored Ape there to ring the bell? Is it going to be a augmented? I don't know how this works, man.
Jimmy Fallon, of course.
There you go. Well said, sir.
So guys, drop that in the chat. Let's see if any are coming through. Easy and Crypto saying could be the apes. DP saying punks. Let's see. Guys, keep going through. I want to see if you guys have any. X-Piles in the house. Maybe it could be Cogs. I know I just said that out loud just to like get an X-Pile there, but it could be Cogs. Like literally their team is well connected enough to pull that off.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later, though. Like that whole question there, right? We're going to find out probably less than 5 years, I would think.
Yeah. Awesome answers there. Matt Racky saying Ladz City. Buff.
I mean, that's a
couldn't
have said it better myself.
There we go.
We're going to be there. Ding, ding, ding.
This is a dope ass story to go along with the Bored Apes. It's Bored Apes, Ladz City, like neck and neck for that NFT stock exchange listing. Universal forms Metaverse band based on Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. So the Universal group, obviously everybody knows who the hell those guys are, but they are forming a Metaverse music group. Now that's not the first. We've actually had, I think, a project here, a PFP project, that was also a Metaverse group. I'm trying to think of the name. So it's not totally the first one, but one of the biggest mainstream that we've seen here, Buff, of like having a NFT based Metaverse band, essentially, that is going to play like at Metaverse events. They're using Jimmy.eth's apes here. So he's got all 4 apes, and they're basically looking to, get into the, again, branding. They're going to create different NFTs based on the group, kind of like you would see in any musical, I guess, group, right? So this is going to be interesting to follow. Again, not the first that we've ever seen, but definitely probably the biggest example of a Metaverse music group forming within NFTs.
Yeah,
another win.
I'm curious to see how what music they're attached to and what a performance would look like, and if they have any positions for a roadie as they go on tour. I'm down. I'll totally tour with them.
You're leaving Ladz City. You're leaving Ladz City for a 6-month tour.
I'll bring them back. I mean, we'll do all the main shows here, but yeah, that's interesting. I can't wait to see how that looks, man. And again, this is definitely something trending, right? PFP bands and cyber bands, augmented bands that aren't actually humans. Yeah, and then you see a lot of like one of my favorite people that do a lot of remixes is Sickick, and he wears a mask, man. He's kind of behind there. He could easily be a PFP at this point as long as he keeps the music coming. I'll definitely check him out still.
I love that, man. We had a Yuga Labs come through. Yuga Labs is the team behind Bored Ape, so that probably makes sense, Buff. Honestly, like that, there's the tie-in. You said Bored Ape would be one of the first. Yuga Labs could get on there, so shout out to Marty McFly for dropping that. So yeah, that would be one. Last Bored Ape story. I know we're going heavy on the apes, but they're absolutely killing it. It looks like Rolling Stone rolled out their own collaboration here with BAYC and Yuga Labs. So these are 2 pieces that are on Super Rare. One you can see is the regular Bored Ape, and then if you go into their actual collection, you can see that the Mutant Ape is the second. So these are essentially, I don't believe this is going to make it to live cover. Of course, this is like the digital piece, but we do have, Rolling Stone, backed this. It's not like some type of creator copyright issue. It's actually a partnership, first ever, I think, for Rolling Stone to have NFTs on their cover, albeit I don't think, again, it's going to be the physical piece, but correct me if I'm wrong. So I think it's up to like 20 ETH, 14 to 20 ETH on these bids. 23 ETH. So we will see what these eventually end up going for. I'm sure a fucking shit ton.
Oh, no doubt, man. And now, are these actual copies? Like, are these real life copies that you get, or are these all digital?
I think it's all digital. I don't think it's NFT covers, as you can see. It includes the magazine's first ever NFT covers. I don't believe it's a physical copy, but I'd love to be proven wrong. That would be sick if you could get the physical copy that would go along with this.
That's interesting, man. Yeah, I know there was a Bored Ape Stone magazine NFT project, kind of derivative of the Bored Ape, that had something similar to this. At first, I thought it was they were in together. I ended up minting a couple of these, but it's not of this.
Is it the punks? Is it like the Bored Punks comics like feature? I think
no,
I
it's
think
like
I know what you're talking about.
Bored Stone magazine or something, where it's just a bunch of apes that are on the cover of a Rolling Stone type of magazine deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll have to look
well,
into
you know, either way, dude, like Bored Ape's absolutely killing it over the past month, from NFT NYC and everything that went on there. Just winning. And I know at that last run up, people were having a lot of problems with Yuga Labs. There were all these, newcomers, right? There were Sup Ducks, there were Gutter Cats, there were all these things that were happening with other projects. People were like, what the fuck's going on, Bored Ape? And now you see the AYC coming through.
Yeah. I mean, another reason why I need to get in there, man. Jimmy Fallon took mine. Sounds like shouldn't have done that.
It's a good narrative, though.
It's a good narrative. Jimmy Fallon. He sniped my ape. That's the narrative I'm going with at this point. All right, I got the next story. Y'all like The Simpsons? Who doesn't, man? I was raised off The Simpsons. I have a couple fathers and mothers now, and one of them is named Homer and one of them named Marge, and they've got me through some tough times, man. Well, The Simpsons are getting their first NFTs on Vive, man. I don't know if you guys have been hanging out and checking out what's going on in Vive and Disney, and a lot of major companies are releasing NFT work on this platform, and right now they are doing these golden moments, and The Simpsons has been part of those golden moments. They're going to be bringing in, let's see how many of those. There was 18,666 Simpsons collectibles, and all of them have sold out. There is also going to be Elsa from Frozen, and I mean, it's Disney. I mean, come on, just go down the rabbit hole. I mean, it's endless. They're literally printing money on top of money here. They're a little late to the game, but they're still here for the party, and they're going to be, just going crazy. And I mean, they've already. The Simpsons NFTs, like I said, sold out and have already tripled in value. And my guess, they'll have a pretty crazy rise just because it is the first kind of legacy of that, NFTs. And there's going to be so many down the road from The Simpsons. And what I was curious about this is that they can take shows now and they can do this and they can incorporate the utility behind it in ways that are just, I mean, they control all the rights to it. So this is endless where they want to go with this. And I'm very curious to see what kind of utilities down the road some of these golden collectibles will do. And who knows, maybe they'll have like extra episodes or clips or stuff that you can only access. I mean, as you know, it's endless, right? And so watching this go right now, I'm curious. They sold at first at $60 each, have now tripled in price, and people are flipping them around 150. And it's just one of those that, what's next, man? What's next on the agenda with Disney? It's just like it's an endless thing that I feel like this is just the beginning. This is really right now. This next like 12 to 18 months, almost every project that has the rights to their stuff, they're going to look at everyone else going, well, shit, I can easily do that too. And especially with these big companies teaming up, man, this is going to get crazy.
It's a good case study. I mean, I can't even say that they'll sell out, right? Like it's awesome to see Disney get in, but I feel like Vive is just an interesting discussion, right? It's like, it's not Ethereum, and Solana has shown itself to be relatively, pulling in some people. Polygon, there's a couple others. IMX is being mentioned in the chat right now, so shout out to those guys. Definitely drop more info, but I mean, Vive seems like a walled garden. It doesn't seem like it has any, transparency as it comes to interoperability.
Exactly.
They're just and that seems weird, right? But maybe it's just us. I think Vive is something that's going to look more like what the NFT space will look like in 2 years, in a year. It's tough.
Yeah. Are you talking more like in the sense of it being centralized and
yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the thing with a lot of this, revolution here of a lot of decentralization happening to systems. the big powers that hold all the rights aren't going to want to, give that away or allow the users to take anything from what they hold. So they're going to just create their own little in-house and force everyone. If you love The Simpsons, you have to come here to get the true ones from that, which sucks. There's still that power grip, and that's going to be on for a long time. But over time, the people will get the power back, man. We're getting the power back.
Forgive me if I'm wrong here. I'd love for people to figure this out for us as well. Like, Vive is a blockchain, or is it just an app? Is Vive a blockchain?
That's a good question.
What happens when the Vive app goes away? Like, these are all the things like that not being on Ethereum, the questions you have to answer. So there is no token involved with this. So in a way, it kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Like, I need to get more info, obviously, but is this just a recreation of the centralized systems we already had?
Yeah.
So maybe we're getting a little bit too anarchistic here, but yeah, burn it all down. Fuck it. But we'll see. I like the IPs coming in, I guess, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I like to see that, but also at the same time, I'd love to see some more creativity towards, the consumers and not just holding it all in and just selling it because it's a popular name with no utility. But again, only time will tell whether they take advantage of the true uses of NFTs instead of just, we're on this fad of NFTs. Buy a Homer Simpson. It's gold. Yeah. But
it's still on an app, and if the app goes away, good luck. So, yeah, I think some comments coming through, and I definitely want to touch on a couple of the last ones because people are absolutely lighting up the chat today. DP is saying it's an app. The app always crashes. It's currently on Go chain, but they're in the process of migrating to ERC. So the token is OMI. So definitely, I know I've seen the OMI token before. Let me see if I can pull that up. Looks like it's not coming up on CoinGecko, but yeah, great story here, Buff. I think the Vive discussion needs to be had more often.
Yeah, and the first person to talk about it, man, was Rtfkt. He was mentioned in it back during NFT Arcade episodes, and was one of those where he's like, take a look, man. They have the rights to all the biggest, kind of things that are out there in the sense of shows and content that they hold the rights to. So they have the power.
The power. All right, I'm going to get to some of these comments. DP saying, talking about the Bored Ape Yacht Club, I'm not going to lie, BAYC is making all of the right moves to solidify themselves in NFT pop culture. Xbox saying Rtfkt allows ape owners to utilize their ape and make COG derivatives, so a little DeFi there. And let's see, Don R says apes are the new influencers. Want the apes to reach a cohesive audience? Go to apes. There's some IMX talk. There's some good morning llama talk. Welcome in, llama. Hey, good to see our good friend llama here in the chat. And we will move into the next story. So we brought you Rtfkt info. We dropped a trailer. We were all on Rtfkt. We were ready for it to come out, and then it was like radio silence. They were like, we're just creating. We're silently waiting. And then today we actually got the date, the drop, the launch, whatever you call it. I'm going to drop a little bit of a trailer here for you guys. This was related to NFT NYC, and then we'll come back and talk about the drop. All right, so, you like that?
It's crazy. Yeah, it looks so crisp, man. That was like, wow. Augmented reality's just crazy, man. It's moving fast.
It is moving fast, and shout out to these guys for making quality, just really good rendered 3D images here and 3D avatars. So Clone X is coming. This is going to be like one of the most hot leak, contested things since probably Metaverse. Shout out, take your shot if you're at home and waiting for the Metaverse drop.
Soon.
Yeah, sorry. But anyways, pre-sale on November 18th. There's a lot of different information regarding if you can get into that pre-sale, and then the public sale on November 20th. It's going to be $20K, so $10K each in both of these drops. It will likely sell out. I don't necessarily like the $20K drops. I think that's pretty heavy on the drops, in my opinion, when it comes to supply. But again, great project here. They obviously put a lot of work into some of these assets. You can see the initial pre-sale there. There's the information, public sale information, 3 per. Of course, that partnership with Takashi Murakami came out a little while ago. So dope project. Gonna have a lot of different utilities as well. I'll drop the link into the chat for anybody that wants to check this out. But yeah, this is gonna be good. So I got some info here, or people asking for some info on the amount, Buffalo. So let me see if I can pull this up for you. Robert Hugendorn, you do a great job there. So it looks like via Play to Earn here, talking about this 10,000 available in that pre-sale for 0.05. The public sale will be 2 days later for another 10,000, and I don't see any information on the public sale price. So if you hold any Rtfkt NFTs, it looks like you can be a part of this pre-sale, and then the public sale is obviously open to everyone. So that's kind of the deal, Buff. Rtfkt, man.
Yeah, dude, Rtfkt blows me away, man. We definitely want to get them on the show here. If anyone is on that team, come on over to NFT Live. Let's talk Rtfkt. And it took me forever to finally figure out how to pronounce it, but yes, Rtfkt is definitely a project that anytime I see anything that they're doing, it just blows me away. Like, wow, that's top notch for a new company that's emerging in this space. So look out for Rtfkt. If you don't know, now you know. Cool, man. I got the next story here, and as you guys know, Steam, right? Steam's gotten a little finicky, a little scared of where things are going, and they're like, hey, everybody take it easy. We don't want you guys coming on here and having games that are all about NFTs or crypto. So they essentially said any games that were on the Steam network, they got the gold kibosh. Well, there's another project coming and emerging in the space, as I know things will, man. If YouTube's going to be finicky, somebody's going to try to create a decentralized YouTube. Of course, there's been a lot of those attempts, and now they're trying to create a distribution model for gaming, which is on the platform called Ultra. I'm going to go ahead and roll you this trailer because they'll do a better job explaining it than the old Buffalo.
Welcome to the first of many publisher announcements. The creators of the legendary Walking Dead franchise, Skybound Entertainment, several upcoming Skybound titles will also be added in 2022 and beyond. Stay tuned for more publisher announcements.
So that was a little trailer that shows you some of the games that are going to be first launched here on Ultra, and this article right now is dropping down the announcement that they are opening a second wave of users to get in before the launch on November 25th. Ultra is really interesting, man, because not only is it going to be taking a lot of games that are going to be built on it, but it's also going to be allowing cross-chain interoperability, which is going to allow like ERC 720 and ERC 1155 protocols. So Sandbox and all these other projects, man, will be able to launch essentially games on there as well. Now, this is moving so fast, man, that I'm curious to see how this plays. Is it too early in the space? Is it the perfect time in the space for games to be able to be launched on this, and how that looks? My man Q, I know you're a gamer. What's your thoughts on this? Do you think it has any chance of becoming the Steam of NFT games?
So I believe Ultra has ties to EOS. So EOS.io technology, which is the tech behind EOS, the actual company and the blockchain, they're a spin-off of that. So I remember Ultra from way back in the day. And yeah, I mean, like maybe, but I think it's going to be a little bit of indie like style, right? It's going to take a while. I think, obviously Steam has that huge lead just being in the traditional gaming space. So my tough answer is probably no. Like an Ultra won't be able to scale up to that level, but from their own successful standpoint, maybe they can grow and be all right.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, it's first mover in this space. There's got to be a platform to, you know, find out about all these games, especially, you know, if it's truly just for blockchain games. I mean, that's going to be one where a lot of people in the gaming space are going to want to check out. Asmodai is saying Ultra Wallet is integrated with Theta, available to download now. That's what I love about the Ladz, man. You guys all got so much alpha. Me and Q can just sit back, let y'all run the show, dude. I think it's just one of those, the comments have so much more knowledge than what's ever coming out of the mouth of the buffalo. That's for sure. Appreciate you, Asmodai.
That's not true. Come on, Buff. You're selling yourself short there. But space is way too big to be covering just as a single individual. So it is good to have the collective hive mind that is Ladz City. Of course, we help each other out on a lot of different things. So if you have anything else you want to drop to the Ladz guys or about any alpha or anything like that, of course, it's always there. Drop it in the chat. I have a project launching on Solana. Very much in like a Binance way, at least like a Binance 2020 way. I think a lot of projects on Solana do very well from a token standpoint. I think there's just like there's a want or a fervor there to like trade different tokens that are associated with Solana. There's a lot of like pumping and dumping. So Genopets is actually launching. This is going to be an NFT project that's related to health and fitness. We do have a little bit of like alpha footage from the game, which essentially, again, you're moving around in real space. It has to do with your fitness, and you can evolve your NFT and do different things. Very much like a very like alpha project right now, but we can show off a little bit of what they're putting together. Shout out to whoever filmed that on their MacBook Air and then put that on social media. But again, super alpha project. They do have a raise upcoming, so it's going to be a public sale as well as an IDO. I'm kind of like wondering, those are very much like the same concept. So I think the terminology here is a little bit off, but there's going to be a public raise first on November 17th, and then there's going to be an IDO as well. Those are going to be at different levels. I'll drop the link for you guys to check it out. The token is GENE. If you are on the Solana blockchain and you are in that environment, it's maybe one to check out. Again, this is not investment advice. Do your own research. But via the Play to Earn article that I just dropped, you can take a look at it. It's going to be on Raydium, and there are going to be like some things that you need in order to be eligible. So we'll be following this. It's honestly too early, Buff, to like really, get a sense of what this game's going to be. But again, my thesis, things on Solana tend to do pretty well. It's just overall right now what the narrative is doing.
I got good feelings about Solana. I really think it's moving in the right direction, and the overall consensus in the space is Solana is definitely doing some things. So yeah, a lot of these new projects being built on Solana. Huge shout out to Aurori. Very excited for him, man. And
Star Atlas.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things happening. Dude, so that whole Facebook thing, right? Changing to Meta. I went on YouTube, type in Metaverse now. Good God. Everybody and their mother is doing a story about the Metaverse right now. And Sandbox is starting to feel the benefits of the Zuckerberg, if you will. So if you were very brand new to the Sandbox and you got in on the very first rounds, which Q, I think you got in like, what, round 3? Do you remember what the floor price was when you were buying just the basic 1x1 land?
Dude, that is so long ago that I could not even begin to tell you. If you held a gun to my head, I wouldn't know.
Oh, Jesus. I won't do that, sir. But, it's like looking about what were the prices of gas back in the 60s to where they are now, man. It's $48, which you guys saw some land back 2 years ago in the Sandbox first initial launch of sales. And it's all now up to about $4,000 just for the basic of the basic, man. So we've got some really nice located 3x3s that we might have to make some tough decisions on to develop or relocate to even bigger ones and sell those. But right now, the demand for land it's at an all-time high. I mean, it's really right now, everybody and their mother is trying to get involved in this. And it's one of those things where I was reading through this article, and it's showing you a lot of stats right now of the prices as... At first, you had to buy it in, I believe, Ethereum, right? That was, if you were buying land, those first sales, you had to buy in Ethereum, or did they do USDT?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. So after that, they moved now to sand. And if you look here, these are the top 10 sales of land in 2021. 3.6 million sand, which right now, I think at the sale price of that time, it was around 650,000. If that person held to right now, and the price of where sand is, it's about $10 million. Yeah, so that was the biggest sale, and that was a 24 by 24 estate. I didn't even know. I didn't see anybody listing those. Where the hell did they do that sale, man? That is something else. But the Sandbox is moving towards, now here's, I'm always trying to see what's going on, man. When do we launch? Now it says here, this month, the Sandbox will launch its first play to earn season. Now, I looked around. I could not find any more details on this. If anybody knows what that means, please let us know. But the virtual world will open its doors to more players in Q1 of 2022. And that will also be the time they will host the first virtual concerts with partnered artists like Snoop Dogg and Deadmau5. Furthermore, a game experience based on the Walking Dead comic books and so many other games that have been built off of the Sandbox's grants. So the Sandbox offered a lot of grants for people to be building this year. So if you're thinking, oh, Sandbox hasn't done anything, they're just selling, which is pretty much what I say all the time. They are actually building as well behind the scenes. And when they do open, it's not just going to be a bunch of vacant land. It's going to be a lot of games within the world that are actually built out and have been funded by Sandbox themselves. So holy crap, we are going to have to do some kind of ceremony or some kind of week-long marathon of covering the Sandbox when it opens and who's in there and what all is there at the beginning, because it's going to be massive, man. But right now, the sales of the actual land, a lot of people are, it's a pretty pricey land there, Q. What should we do with it?
For the game not even being out for years, they've done an absolutely phenomenal job capturing the, how can I even say this, like the community's interest, right? Like imagine something not launching for a year and a half, 2 years, and it's gaining more interest. It's almost like kind of like that Cyberpunk 2077 game over a long period of time, but obviously negative connotations toward that one game. I think Sandbox is going to be one of the biggest winners from the NFT space going forward. Maybe Animoca. I think Animoca Brands is on the stock exchange. Maybe we just unlocked a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. The Sandbox is going to do super well. I've got a tweet pulled up by Sebastian here, but I first of all, I have to give one of the biggest shout outs I've ever given. Probably the best header image of all time. We've got the double profile picture here, people. We got Sebastian, and then we've got Sebastian. And so Sebastian is just killing it with the header. Of course, he is the founder of the Sandbox with his team there. He also had a tweet, "Good morning, open Metaverse. Sandbox is on track to become the leading decentralized gaming virtual world with $86 million in gross merchandise volume." You can see they're almost about to pass Decentraland buff. So you got volume.
I feel
all
like
time.
they should, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to hate on Decentraland. Anyone in here who loves it, but we've gone in there and it's kind of scary, and it tends to crash a lot too. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, Sandbox, I think it deserves it, even though it's not even 100%. Open yet.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's good that they have the download that is available for free. I do love the ability in Crypto Voxels to just hop in. You don't get that with Sandbox, but there's also other features that Sandbox is going to offer. So, quickly, I'm going to go over some comments here. Llama's saying it's going to be like buying an actual house in Sandbox instead of a nice 3-bedroom house. How about a 128 by 128 space in Voxels? Marty McFly saying the rent is too damn high. And myself is saying Sandbox biggest on wax for sure. So, anyways, we do have to get to the remainder of the episode. Want to hit on this really quick weekly rundown. Not too much to report on that's out of the norm today. Axie Infinity continues to kill it. Art Blocks, CryptoPunks, Farming Tales, those are the biggest in the collectible markets. You can see that's a huge increase for almost everything there over the past 7 days. NFT market, OpenSea, still killing it. Wax doing super well. Solana Art doing probably like 5 times the volume here of Rarible right now. And then we do have Art Wars Buffalo coming in the top 4 here for volume on the 7 day. So shout out to Art Wars, shout out to that team. They were awesome to have on the channel. And then RIP Hen. Just one last shout out to Hen there before we never see it again on these analytics. So neck and neck there, Super Rare and Nifty Gateway for art sales the past 7 days.
Man, yeah, that's a bummer about Hen. And yeah, huge shout out to Mike Shinoda for coming on NFT Live, and I can still hear it.
Appreciate you guys, our vibe, our tribe.
They are vibe, our tribe, man. There it is.
fucking Shinoda, I love him. I love
that guy so much.
Love that guy so much. All right, before it gets weird, we will get on to the next. Myself was saying, but what'll be the biggest metaverse on Solana or Cardano? Getting in early pays off the best. Very good comment there. I mean, listen, all of these Flow is another great example. Like all of these metaverses need a native, or all of these chains need a native metaverse. Obviously, there's going to be a ton of competition on Ethereum, but there should be a Sandbox equivalent on Solana. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see too with Sandbox how long they can hold that space for what it is, right? Because it is a kind of Minecraft type of world where you see a Somium space, which is more VR related, and you see CryptoVoxels, which is Avatar 3D, you know, but it's not really trying to press the graphics too hard and keep it in that basic model. I just think each metaverse is going to have that moment, almost like social medias that, you know, had a huge presence, like MySpace, and then MySpace moved to Facebook, and well, Facebook took over, but you know, there's a lot of other TikToks and, you know, Snapchat and Instagrams and whatnot. I look at that as the same with metaverses. Like there'll be some that'll just be the spot, like people are in there right now, and then it'll kind of sizzle out a little bit like Clubhouse did.
So you banking on Meta? Is that what you're banking on?
No, sir. Even though I did just buy an Oculus on Saturday, yeah, I don't plan on putting too much time into the Meta itself. I'm all about decentralized metaverse projects. That's where I'll put my time and money in.
Appreciate it.
You know, I'm kind of into this thing. It's kind of trending, so I'll stick with it.
I was questioning for a moment.
Where are you now? The guy quits his job and goes all in the space. I don't know about you, Buffalo.
I'm watching you. All right. Speaking of watching something, this actually came out about 2 days ago. And this are we doing a Grind My Gear segment? Can we change this into a Grind My Gear segment? Because Jason Citron rugged us harder than we've gotten rugged in like at least a month. Since the Metaverse drop, this was the biggest rug that we have seen in a long time. We had some Packy McCormick, who I don't know why I know that name. He has 101,000. Oh, he's at A16Z. That makes sense. But he was basically talking about like giving some love to Discord. The CEO of Discord, and we talked about this last week, said probably nothing, and then shared an image of MetaMask integration into Discord, which got everyone into a hubbub. There's like 7,000 quote tweets here, of which I was one of those. Everyone's super excited. I know Easy was like kind of like saying, I don't know, this is kind of scary. And then this motherfucker comes back and says, thanks all for the perspectives. We have no current plans to ship this internal concept.
Psych!
This dude, so probably nothing is actually nothing.
Yeah.
For now, we're focused on protecting users from spam. Not doing a good job of that. Scams, not doing a good job of that. Fraud, not doing a good job of that. Web3 has lots of good, but also lots of problems we need to work through at scale more soon. Everybody got rugged here. So at least we didn't lose any money. That's the only benefit here. But god damn, like there was no reason for him to do that. Maybe he was judging what the interest was here.
Just testing the waters. I think they're still working on it behind the scenes. Hopefully they're working on getting a lot of their other shit together with all the hacks that have been going down in Discord, and getting admin rights and everything locked in, and the two FA set up right. So that, I mean, it seems like every day Hash Rhymes, one of our main mods here in Ladz City, is dropping an alert. Hey guys, this Discord's being hacked right now, and not ours, but others, and it definitely concerns me. And so I think a lot of people in the space too see it. Wait, you can't even get your centralized structure set up to the degree you need it to, and now you're going to introduce MetaMask, and that could get a little crazy. So yeah.
So you're telling me on Citron's side here?
No, I'm on the side of them like getting their shit together and then moving that there. I think they're moving too fast in that sense.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some stability and trust back in Discord just for at least a month, and then they can bring it. You know, because a month is a year in
Right.
the NFT space. So.
I'm on the side of justice.
I'm on the side of just get it fucking right.
So Hash Rhymes is in the chat saying community backlash apparently. So there are a ton of people in Web 2 that are very cautious about NFTs. So makes sense a little bit. And then we had, looks like Choina coming in and saying the vault is doing its own thing and Rtfkt is doing everything right. So if we can get those guys on, I know they're at super, weird time zones and it didn't work out when we tried to get them on before. I'd love to interview the Rtfkt guys and see what they're up to these days. But Buffalo,
Yo.
another great NFT live. Louis C. Rhymes brought the juice, of course. So much shit is happening in the NFT scene, but it's cool to talk with awesome founders, awesome people in the space, man. I love what we do.
Yeah, man, and to be able to bring on a guest like Louis, man, I mean, he's just in it. That's a guy that just loves his days to days, and what I mean, he's just living it, and the project that he's bringing with that much passion, and the way that he can just jump into a rap mid interview on a live stream, and it's nothing to him, bro. He's probably rapping in his sleep, I bet. He just he's one of those dudes you just can't help it, man. He's just got a flow. So huge fan of him, man. I'm so glad that he came on, and huge shout out to Easy for bringing in amazing people like that into Ladz City. If you guys got people that you want to bring into Ladz City and you feel like they can be a part of something or come on the show because they have a project you feel like they're not getting enough coverage on, to bring them on in, man. Ladz.city. Hey, if you want to advertise down in the corner, promo at ladz.io. To anybody who's looking to get a little bit of recognition, we got the billboard up now.
There you go, man. Nice job on that, by the way. All right, so we have Ladz City Radio right after this. DJ Savage, it goes into Ladz City Radio headquarters and broadcast to the entire network. So he's going to be playing some funky tunes. Maybe we can get him some Louis C. Rhymes tunes so he can play that on LCR. That is happening in the city right after this. We do have a Fun Uncle show on Sunday. Art Start Now, I believe they were still recovering this past week. I was recovering this past week from NFT NYC. That will be started next Saturday. So we will have an Art Start Now next Saturday, and we do have a new show premiering on the network on Friday. Stoked for it, man.
Totally, man. Next week, we're going to get right back at it, and we're going to finish this year strong, and next year is going to get even crazier, you guys. So appreciate y'all sticking around for the second episode of NFT Live, and Q, let's take us away, man.
All right, guys. I'm not Mike Shinoda, but I'll say it. Our vibe, our tribe. Appreciate you guys.
That's all you got, bitch.